Welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti. My guest this evening is Jim Crawford, who's with the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange Club. Hello, friend.
Good to be here with you again.
Hi, bud. How are you?
I'm doing well.
What's
doing
new?
well. It's time for us to talk about our big fundraiser again.
Oh, we're not just going to talk about Pete Mezzetti for a half hour?
We could do that.
We could do that too,
we'll
but
do that offline.
Okay.
Okay. So coming up this Friday, May 17th.
That's right.
At the Elks Club in Westbrook, 5:30 to 8. It's called the Bourbon and Brew and a Little Wine Too.
All right. Sure.
So what we experimented with last year was a new format.
Okay.
And this is one of our major fundraisers of the year. Right. And we are happy to work very closely with the Cordial Shop in Old Saybrook. And they provide the vendors for us, and we get anywhere from 35 to 40 vendors who bring their wares. And we focused on bourbon last year because obviously that's become a very up-and-coming trend. And there aren't as many of those events as there are as wine tastings. So we branched out, and we had a lot of success with the bourbon event. And you'll be able to sample anywhere from 25 to 35 different bourbons. Some of the vendors bring multiple varieties. Okay. And we'll also have some local breweries there, and one or two local vineyards. So cool. There's something for everybody, and it's at a reasonable price. And you can buy tickets in advance. You'll see a flyer that we have on the screen. That'll
say, Emily, can we pop that flyer?
Yeah,
please?
I'll pop that up. And
there we go.
We actually got real 21st century. We have our own.
You got your own QR code.
QR code.
There you go.
So you can now purchase tickets that way, and we have them also available in person at the Cordial Shop, the Paint Shop in Old Saybrook, and Essex Savings Bank.
Cool.
So those are three of our big sponsors. But as I said, the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange Club is very proud of the partnership we've had with all of these events over the years, and we're getting close to 30 now. This is almost 30-year anniversary.
Wow, really?
So we've been doing this, Not all of them at the Elks, but
oh no,
for probably the last 15 to 20. And it's a beautiful venue.
It is.
Great night, Friday night entertainment. The food is phenomenal. Food is phenomenal.
I've eaten at the Elks before.
Yeah, and we have a musician there. And he has been providing us with the tunes for well over 25 years. And
no way.
Yeah. He's a local favorite, and he's been around for many years.
Nice.
Terrific on the keyboard, great vocals, and
really?
Provides a lot of music for folks that are anywhere from boomers to Gen X. So we get a lot of folks who are complimentary of the music that's provided. So it provides a nice touch at that venue.
Right. Now, how did the idea of the Bourbon Brew fundraiser come about? Was it
way back in
were
the
the
day,
mines just sitting around?
Yeah, the mines. Yeah, way back in the day, we were. And when I say that, this is probably early '90s.
Okay.
We were looking for some alternatives. We had done a casino night for years.
Okay.
And obviously, when the real casinos opened up, that kind of did away with that fundraiser. Its unique qualities went away very quickly. So we had a visit from a gentleman who was a member of a club up in Waterbury, and he talked about how they had tried this wine tasting, and that it was really a no-brainer, that you provided the venue, you helped sell the tickets, you got a good sponsor, and the vendors went out and did most of the work. They did the setup, they brought the product. Your main responsibility was to, as I say, get the tickets sold and put it in a nice spot and have it on a good night. So We tried it, and it was a huge success right away. We used to do it. You probably remember Alea's used to be the White House in Old Saybrook, long since gone. But Jim and Chris were terrific to us for a number of years, and we did very successful wine tastings there, where we were clearing back in the day. We were clearing $4,000 or $5,000,
Holy
which
cow.
was a good. That was a good, healthy one night's work, and eventually they decided to pursue another line of work. They retired. Chris went into the gluten-free. If you remember, Chris went into the gluten-free business.
That's right.
And so we went to the Dock and Dine. And that was great until...
Which is no longer there.
Until Dock and Dine got taken care of, yeah. So we've been at the Elks, as I say, for a number of years now, and they're great to us. Chef Paul is terrific.
Chef Paul is
Anybody who knows his work, he's really energized that club and made it a real go-to spot. So it's a very popular event. We draw a lot of folks from a wide area.
Right.
We try to be as proactive as we can be in terms of getting the word out. Right. And one of the things we found was very beneficial was setting up a door prize, and in order to enter the door prize, you put your email address on the back of your ticket.
There you go.
So we have contact information for each year.
Right.
Let folks know when we're doing it. We try to be as consistent as possible with it. It's usually the weekend after Mother's Day and before Memorial Day.
Right.
So that seems to fit nicely. And we settled on Fridays, and we settled on the 5:30 hour because folks are getting out of work, and provides a nice transition into the weekend.
Yeah.
And it's just been a wonderful fundraiser for us. It is targeted. It's a targeted event, and you can see on our flyer that
Can we pop
it's to the benefit. You can pop it up again. It's
Sure.
for the benefit of Youth and Family Services in both Westbrook and Old Saybrook. It should
Sure.
say that on there somewhere.
Does it?
Probably yes, there it is, for benefit of youth programs
Yep.
in Old Saybrook and Westbrook. So.
All right.
Annually, we provide the net profit to those two organizations, and we've tried to time the presentation of that check to the holiday time, so that
December.
yeah, it's usually we take a meeting, one of our monthly meetings, or bi-weekly meetings in November, and provide the funds for them to make use over the holiday, however they see fit. That's one of those times where they like to have some flexibility in terms of providing not just potential programs, but things that brighten up people's lives at that time of the year. So it seems to work out well. It is, as I say, it's a pretty good, we're still making a pretty good chunk of change.
Okay.
Last year was our best year ever.
It was.
And it's a tribute to our membership that a lot of folks went out and got sponsorships from, and I won't mention any of them because I'll forget somebody, but a lot of local individuals as well as organizations provided a sponsorship so that it made it very profitable right from the beginning.
Right.
We do a silent auction, and we have a lot of donations from local businesses, individuals. It's a very popular element of the program. And folks go home with some really nice prizes for a relatively inexpensive charge. And we have tickets to the Cape. We have many gift certificates to local restaurants. We have services provided by various businesses, personal service businesses, commercial businesses, places like Denver Tire. They provide gift certificates for us.
Nice.
And you can get those for most of the time you can get those for less than face value. So
Wow.
they turn out to be very popular. Some places offer an overnight stay with a if it's a bed and breakfast or B&B, may provide a meal with it. So we try to package some of the gifts so that they're put together in a way that makes it sort of a theme.
Right.
And those turn out to be very popular. So we run that through the early part of the evening, and then about 7 o'clock, 7:30, we announce the winners, and it's a very festive part of the activity.
Of course.
And we're wrapping up by 8 o'clock. So even if folks decided that they didn't get enough in the way of heavy hors d'oeuvres, they wanted to go to dinner, there's still time to
Right.
to go out to dinner, because we're leaving by 7:30, 8 o'clock,
Right.
whenever you'd like to. So
Exactly.
we're very happy to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And I have to let you know, the Elks and Chef Paul
Yeah,
does a phenomenal meal. I was there not long ago with dinner with my mom and dad.
Yeah.
My dad, and you're going to say, oh my God, my dad has been an Elk since 1970.
uh-huh.
So,
Yeah,
because when they lived down in Florida, I was actually born in Florida. He was in Elk in Florida, but then he,
okay.
then he
You transfer when
transferred
you
up,
came up here?
transferred
Yeah,
when he came up here.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the food.
Yeah, it's
the
been
che-
great.
the spread-
I actually,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to one-up you, but my father was a charter member. He joined in 1948.
Oh my
And
goodness.
We used to
Oh, man.
go, I'm a little longer in the tooth
Yeah, right.
than you, as you like to point out.
Yes.
And,
no, me? No, I wouldn't point
Yeah,
that
yeah,
out.
no. But we used to go there a lot when I was a kid. And it was in the, what they now call the Old Elks, the lodge, the smaller lodge.
Yep.
And by the way, I'm giving them a plug. They have redone that little
They have.
building, and it's so cool for weddings and bridal showers and birthday showers, or baby showers and birthday parties. It's really a cool spot.
I was there.
Talk about the new bar. Go ahead. I could read your mind. It's been on the show many times.
You can.
Go ahead.
I was there not long ago for a memorial service.
Okay.
And before the memorial service began,
Yeah.
my dad and I and my mom went into the bar, had a quick,
Was it an Irish service?
no, no,
Go ahead.
no. So we went into the bar. They had a quick cocktail before the
Yeah.
memorial service
Yeah.
began. What a gorgeous
Yeah, they did a
job
beautiful
they
job
did
on
with
that.
the
Yeah.
bar. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, and Paul told me they really expanded the outside dining area
Yeah.
too, so the deck.
I haven't
where you
seen the
can
deck
eat
because it
out
was
there,
dark. Well, it was.
Yeah, when you eat out there in the summer, it's really a cool spot.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah,
And Paul's a nice guy too.
he's a great
I've
guy.
met him a couple
He's a
times.
great guy. Yeah, he's a great guy. So they do terrific things.
They
Every
do.
now and then we toy with the idea of having it outside. The pavilion is that new area that
Right.
they restored. It's actually the property itself was a mansion area, and they restored what was a formal garden with a lot of masonry and a lot of topiary areas where they could display unique plants,
Right.
specimen plants, when it was really thriving back in the 40s. And eventually it had a kind of a temporary roof on, a roof on it that was very fragile to the elements. But
Okay.
now they've restored the whole thing.
How's
They
it
have
look?
weddings out there. They have all kinds of events. Really cool.
Nice.
Just a little tricky in the middle of May and for
Yeah.
weather to be warm enough. So we haven't really taken the plunge on that. But if we go later in the year,
Yeah.
we might do that. But we're very happy with this
With the man.
this mid-May. Yeah, this mid-May point. It's kind of like people are ready
Like
to
just starting to
shake
come
off
back.
the winter and be down on the water, and it's really a beautiful spot on a nice night. And it's supposed to be a good day Friday, so
It is.
so it should be very nice to sit out there, and the deck is open,
Yeah.
and it's a beautiful spot.
Would you mind sticking around for another segment?
I'd love to.
All right, we'll be right back.
Better Business Bureau has received thousands of complaints related to travel insurance. Many don't realize that it doesn't typically cover the cancellation of a trip out of fear of traveling or concerning travel advisories unless you purchase a policy that includes cancel for any reason coverage. And even then, certain things are listed as exclusions. So you must read the fine print. Before purchasing travel insurance, consider that travel insurance is intended to help with unexpected events, not things like forecasted hurricanes. Once an event is a known event, meaning it's been forecasted or anticipated, it may not be considered a covered reason for cancellation if a traveler books a trip after that date. Before purchasing a policy or trying to file a claim, read the specifics on what the policy does and doesn't cover. You can find more travel tips at bbb.org/travel.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti, sitting here with Jim Crawford from the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange Club. Sir, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we talked about the event in the first segment.
Yeah.
One thing we didn't talk about in the first segment, can you tell us a little bit about the Exchange Club and how long you guys have been around?
Sure. The club began as the Old Saybrook Exchange Club
Okay.
over 50 years ago.
All right.
And the Westbrook folk merged with it in the early 80s. And so we created, the formal name is the Exchange Club of Old Saybrook Westbrook.
Okay.
We had a pretty vibrant club in Westbrook for about 5-6 years.
Okay.
And then for a variety of reasons, a lot of the younger members got jobs and moved away from the area, or their families took more time and they weren't able to commit.
Okay.
So when we moved to join with Old Saybrook, we probably had a half a dozen to 8 members that we
Okay.
took with us. And we joined there 15 to 20.
All right.
So it was a good solid club, and we had been successful. We had done the casino with the Old Saybrook folks before that, so they knew us, we knew them.
Right.
So that worked out nicely. And one of the things about Exchange is that for whatever reason, it has never been as noteworthy or as in the forefront of people's minds as a service club,
Right.
as say Rotary or the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
It's been around nationally since the turn of the 20th century, I want to say 1910, but it's been a quiet group in the sense that the clubs meet based on local need or local preference.
Okay.
So we essentially meet every 2 weeks or twice a month.
Right.
During the bulk of the year, and then in the winter we cut it back to 1 a month. But we need to raise our profile a little bit, at least locally, and that's one of our goals.
Okay. Well, tell me how.
Part of the reason is because all service clubs these days are having trouble recruiting folks. People
Right.
are so busy. And it's just the nature of the beast that volunteerism is there, but it's not as vibrant as it used to be.
Okay.
So we have a lot of trouble getting younger members. Honestly, we got a veteran group that's still very active, and 15 to 20 of us who do a lot of work, but we need young folk, we need new blood, we need new ideas. So we're always eager to welcome new members. Our profile can be very almost invisible in it, and there's a reason I think why that happens. We do things so quietly and so under the radar that we do ourselves a disservice. For example, I'm sure everybody on this and the viewership knows about the flags on Main Street in Old Saybrook.
I do.
Those flags are put up by the Exchange Club. They're maintained by the Exchange Club, and they're purchased by the Exchange Club.
Yes.
So, for some reason, people think, oh, well, that's put up by the town of Old Saybrook. No, that's a program that we've been part of forever.
Right.
So it's not recent. It's been long before they even redid the median in Old Saybrook, which
Right.
goes back 25 years. So we put those up. Now we put them up for Memorial Day. We leave them up with the exception of times when we know there'll be storms. We leave them up for the season.
Yeah.
Take them down around Labor Day and then put them up again for Veterans Day. So it's a beautiful display,
I've
but
seen
nobody
it.
knows the Exchange Club is the group that does it. So we have decided to make it our business to improve that profile. And we're going to try some ways to make it more obvious that the Exchange Club is the group that maintains and proudly presents that display for the town of Old Saybrook. We also give out well over 2,000 flags every year, mini flags to children at the Memorial Day Parade in Old Saybrook. And this year we're going to give out flags at the Westbrook Muster. So,
Really?
Yeah. So we're going to do, that's going to be a particularly interesting challenge for us because, as you well know, our second major fundraiser is a 5K race that we co-sponsor with the Greater Old Saybrook Chamber.
With Judy.
And it happens to fall on the
That's
same
the same day as the muster.
So
It's always the same day as the muster.
and it's always the same day as the muster. And
Yes.
that's the fourth Saturday in August. Right? So the beauty of it, though, Peter, is that, as you well know,
Yes.
the road race starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. 5K, so it's essentially over by 10:15.
Yeah.
The parade in Westbrook starts at 11.
Uh-huh.
So we made a decision within the last 3 weeks that we're going to do both. So we're going to have enough folks to give out flags prior to the step off of the muster this August 24th,
Right.
and we'll be happy to do that. So while I'm on that, we've got
Yes.
let's refresh our memory here.
Oh,
So we've
boy.
got Friday. We've got this Friday, May 17th. We've got
Would you like him to
the event.
pop the
coming
event?
up. Yep, let's pop the event again.
All right.
So we've got the Bourbon and Brew. I'm not wrapping up here. I'm trying to get a focus for us.
All right.
So we've got the Bourbon and Brew coming up 5:30 this Friday at the Elks Club. Tickets available at the door. Tickets beforehand can be purchased at the cordial shop or the paint shop. And as you can see, we have a QR code now too.
Right.
So you can access that from any member on Facebook, any member you may know in the Exchange Club, and it's out there quite actively.
Right.
So as we said, that is for Youth and Family Services.
Right.
The road race we do in August is for an award we're extremely popular, extremely proud of. It's extremely popular, and we're extremely proud of it.
Is that the Hunter Award?
It's called the ACE Award. Hunter
Is
is
the
the
chamber.
award that the chamber gives
Yes.
out
Okay.
to a graduate
Right.
at Old Saybrook High School. We give out what's called the ACE Award,
Okay.
which is an acronym for accepting the challenge of excellence. And we're very proud of it because it has been so well received by the community, the parents, the students, and the schools. It is presented each year to a student in Old Saybrook and Westbrook High School who
Okay.
has overcome a significant challenge to graduate with their class on time.
Okay.
So it could be a social problem, it could be an emotional problem, it could be some physical disability, any number of things. Could be the result of an accident, a family member illness of the student themselves. But we've had an incredible number of young people who have, over the last 15 to 20 years, received the benefit of a scholarship award from us. It's paid directly to them.
Cool.
So that if they get other scholarship money, it doesn't have to infringe on their ability to take that. And it goes to a student who is graduating from high school. We're not pinpointing anybody in terms of a four-year high school or a technical school or the military. This is an award that's given because of what you accomplished in high school.
Right.
Okay? That you overcame an obstacle that, for whatever reason, really put a barrier that you needed to meet the challenge for. And you successfully did that and graduated with your class. The students are picked by the school, so they're the ones obviously who know best, and they have provided us with an incredible array of young people who just do fabulous things. So those are two of our big fundraisers.
Yeah.
And our overall goal, the National Exchange Club, is focused on the prevention of child abuse.
Okay.
And that takes many, many forms, as you can well imagine. It's all elements of abuse that can be encompassed by that particular mission. So we focus a lot of our attention on young folks. We provide additional funding when we can to various efforts and endeavors that local agencies may have or local nonprofits that are interested in helping folks overcoming issues that in most cases are really not their fault, that they've just by virtue of the circumstance fallen into this particular problem. So we're very proud of what we do with that. We're very proud of the flag element, the patriotism element. We're very proud of the work we do with young people and older groups that are, and senior citizen groups that are impacted by some programs that we may work on. We gave a very, very healthy donation to Shoreline Soup Kitchens and Pantries this year.
Good.
We took advantage of the kind work of the Gowrie Group. They do matching funds. So we matched our contribution with the Gowrie Group and several $1,000s. So we're very proud of being a very tiny group of people, 20 to 25 people, 15 of us who are very active. We were able to generate a pretty fair amount of money, and we, as I said, captured that wonderful opportunity that the Gowrie Group gives to match the funds. So
Cool.
That's what we do, and we're always looking for people to join in to help, to give us fresh ideas. We have an idea that we'd love to create a kind of a new and re-energized welcome wagon approach.
Okay.
And we're going to do something with that. We're going to find a way to welcome new folks into the communities, not just Old Saybrook and Westbrook, but the region. And we've got some real